The Secret Life of Honeybees, Nature's Little Superheroes. Imagine a world without honey. No golden drizzle on your pancakes, no sweetener for your tea, no soothing balm for a sore throat. But honey is just the beginning. The tiny buzzing bees that produce this liquid gold are the unsung heroes of our ecosystem. Without them, our world would be a much darker place. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of honeybees, their lives, their importance, and the threats they face. The life of a honeybee is nothing short of extraordinary. It all begins with a tiny egg, no bigger than a pinhead, laid by the queen bee in a perfectly hexagonal cell. Over the next 21 days, this egg will transform, first into a larva, then a pupa, and finally, an adult bee, ready to take on the world. A honeybee's life is short but packed with purpose. In just 6 weeks, a worker bee will go through several stages of life, each with a specific role. As a young bee, she starts by cleaning the hive, then moves on to nursing the larvae, building the hive, and guarding the entrance. Only in the final weeks of her life does she become a forager, venturing out into the world to collect nectar and pollen. But her contribution doesn't stop there. While collecting nectar, she inadvertently pollinates plants, playing a crucial role in the reproduction of over 75% of the world's flowering plants. This includes a third of the food we eat, from apples to almonds, and yes, even coffee. The hive is not just a home for honeybees, it's a highly organized, complex society, a superorganism where every bee has a role and every action is for the greater good. At the heart of this society is the queen bee, the mother of all bees in the hive. She can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day, ensuring the hive's population remains strong. Worker bees are the backbone of the hive, tirelessly performing tasks that keep the colony thriving. They care for the young, maintain the hive, and defend it against intruders. Male bees or drones have only one role, mating with the queen. Once they've fulfilled this duty, they die. But it's the collective behavior of these bees that makes the hive a marvel of nature. Bees communicate through a sophisticated system of pheromones and a unique waggle dance to share the location of food sources. This dance is a form of symbolic language, one of the few examples in the animal kingdom. Now let's talk about honey, nature's sweet, sticky miracle. Honey is more than just a tasty treat. It's the product of thousands of bees working together in perfect harmony. To produce a single pound of honey, a hive of bees must visit 2 million flowers and fly over 55,000 miles. That's equivalent to flying around the Earth twice. But how is nectar transformed into honey? It's a fascinating process. When a bee collects nectar, she stores it in her honey stomach, a special pouch separate from her digestive stomach. Back at the hive, she regurgitates the nectar and passes it to another bee, who does the same. This process continues, with each bee adding enzymes that break down the sugars in the nectar. Finally, the nectar is deposited into a honeycomb cell, where bees fan it with their wings to evaporate the water, thickening it into honey. A natural preservative that never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, still perfectly edible after thousands of years. It's no wonder honey has been valued by humans for millennia, not just for its sweetness, but also for its medicinal properties. But despite their importance, honeybees are facing unprecedented threats. In recent years, beekeepers have reported alarming declines in bee populations, a phenomenon known as colony collapse disorder. The causes are complex and multifaceted, but they include pesticide use, habitat loss, climate change, and disease. Pesticides, particularly neonicotinoids, have been shown to impair bees' ability to navigate and forage. Without this ability, bees cannot find their way back to the hive, leading to colony collapse. Habitat loss due to urbanization and agriculture means fewer flowers for bees to feed on, while climate change affects the timing of flower blooms, disrupting the natural food supply. Then there's the threat of disease. The varroa mite, a tiny parasite, is one of the most significant threats to honeybees worldwide. These mites attach to bees and feed on their blood, weakening them and spreading viruses that can decimate entire colonies. The decline of honeybees is not just a problem for beekeepers, it's a problem for all of us. Without bees, our food supply would be in serious jeopardy. Crops that depend on bee pollination would fail, leading to food shortages and higher prices. The ripple effect would be felt throughout the ecosystem, as animals that rely on these plants for food would also suffer. But all is not lost. There are steps we can take to protect honeybees and ensure their survival. One of the simplest things you can do is to plant a bee-friendly garden. Flowers like lavender, sunflowers, and wildflowers provide vital food sources for bees. Avoid using pesticides in your garden and opt for organic methods of pest control instead. Supporting local beekeepers by buying honey and beeswax products is another way to help. Beekeepers play a crucial role in maintaining bee populations, and your support helps them continue their important work. Finally, spread the word. Education and awareness are key to saving bees. Share this video, talk to your friends and family, and advocate for policies that protect bees and their habitats. Honeybees are tiny, but their impact on our world is enormous. They are nature's little superheroes, tirelessly working to keep our ecosystems in balance. But they need our help. By taking small steps in our own lives, we can make a big difference for these incredible creatures and ensure that future generations continue to enjoy the sweet taste of honey and the beauty of a world full of flowers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on how we can protect our planet.